All right, Meaties part 1. What do we have here, kids?
Chicks.
Chicks, man. All right, this is 50 Cornish cross chicks. We just got them today. What do you think, Eli? Are they chicken nuggets?
Yeah.
Do you want to eat them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
No compassion. Careful, don't squish them.
Oh, you want to hold one, Eli? I want to hold one.
Okay, let's careful with the 3-year-old. All right, so we're gonna get them all settled, and we will show you how we get them set up for day 1. But this is a little layer. So for the first little bit, we just took a lawn tractor and brought it into the garage. Right now we just have it propped open. But we've got the chicks contained to one small little area here, just so they can stay warm. These chicks are about a week old, so we've got a heat light that's going to be on them. Crumble feed, water, fresh sawdust. Hopefully we can keep all of these guys healthy, and then as they get a little bit bigger, we'll take this divider out and we'll give them a little bit more space, and then when they get their true feathers, they will be moved to the large chicken tractor that we made a few weeks back to have a lot more space and fresh pasture underneath. But we need to get them a little hardier before they go outside because it is still early April. Week 2. We are now down to 42, which means we lost 9. We have never had losses before, so this is also our first time raising Cornish cross. People have kind of told us these are the dumbest birds. They grow the fastest, but they're the dumbest, and we're learning that. They will trample each other to death, which is what we're finding. So we've been dividing them up at night, so there's half on one side and half on the other side, and that's definitely helping, but there's still 1 or 2 every day that gets trampled. So week 2, they have doubled in size. Some are smaller than others, and those tend to be the ones, I don't know, maybe something was just wrong with them in the first place, but they're definitely getting bigger. They're eating about 5 times as much food as they were eating the first week. And that's where we're at. I think these guys are 3 weeks old now. Alright, these guys are 3 weeks old now. So they have probably doubled since last week. They're kind of enjoying this one right now. Propped open the lid for them. They're eating like crazy. Pretty much they eat, drink, and go to sleep. They're getting their real feathers now. And they're already waddling and looking like it's difficult for them to move around very much. So they grow so rapidly and they're so fat and lazy that it's kind of gross. Anyway, that's them at 3 weeks, and I'm just going to do a weekly update so we can kind of watch these guys grow. Alright, Kenji's going to give us the update here. This is week 4 on the Cornish cross Meaties update. We've had them 3 weeks today. We're assuming they were about a week old when we got them. They've quadrupled in size, if not more. Some of them are significantly bigger. Like that's a big guy right there. Big girl. And then there's some smaller ones. But so what we discovered was we got 50 of them. We are down 12. We've lost 12 of them, mostly to them just stomping on each other. A few died the first 24, 48 hours. I think we lost 8, and then we lost 4 more at just being trampled. But they're not requiring a heat light at this point in time, and we haven't lost any for a week. They're not trampling each other anymore. I think now that they have feathers, they don't feel like they need to cram in as close. They're making a mess. They stink really bad. So tomorrow they're going into the outside tractor. I just literally cannot handle them in my garage anymore. What do we have, buddy? Chickens. So we have moved our Meaties outside. They are 4 weeks old. 4 weeks and a day, or I guess is what we're thinking. So what we ended up doing with the tractor is just closing in the sides. And then along the bottom, because the hog panels were a little wide, we did just some bird netting on the bottom 2 rows so they can't get out. But they look pretty happy. We were also given some new egg layers today. So we've got an Americana and a gold sex link and a Rhode Island red. And a barred rock, that's the word I was looking for. So anyway, we've got our 38 surviving meaties out here. They're scratching and doing their thing, and they just look a lot happier. So every day or so we're going to just move the tractor to fresh ground, and hopefully that will keep them happy and healthy. The dog and cat are pretty interested in what's going on out here. Alright, these guys are 5 weeks old. We've had them for about 4 weeks. They're getting bigger. Pretty much what they do is lay here, and the males are starting to fight. So we've got chickens that have blood on them. We have one chicken that's completely ripped open on his chest. I was just gonna cull him, but he's still walking around, so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna squeeze a tube of Neosporin in there and see if he survives. I don't know how to get the males to stop fighting. I don't even know how to tell the males from the females. They all look the same. Alright, here we are. 1 week later. They've grown a lot. So they've been on fermented food for about a week now, and they really like that. And it's been lasting them a lot longer. It's been lasting them all day, and they just seem more satisfied, and they're definitely growing. This is Meaty's week 6. So we picked these up 6 weeks ago. They are about 7 weeks old is our guesstimation on them. They've been eating fermented foods. That seems to be lasting them all day. There's no more fighting, no more trampling, no more dying. Nobody's died in probably 4 weeks, so. Well, no, not 4 weeks. Probably 3 weeks. So I think we're doing well. They're all feathered. They're growing really fast. There's only one that isn't growing. We call him Midge. Where is he? There he is. There's Midge. So we're not really sure why he doesn't grow, but he doesn't. He's really scrappy. He does fine with all the other ones, but just doesn't grow. So anyway, everyone else is doing well. That's it. It's our 7-week-old Cornish grass. Okay, we have had these guys 7 weeks. They are escape artists. This guy's been wandering around. I have been chasing him for a few minutes. This is everyone else. Hey, everyone else that stayed in. Appreciate that. Unlike you on the other side of the fence. These chickens are probably about 8 weeks old, maybe a few days shy of that. We've officially had them 7 weeks today. They're very hungry and ready for breakfast, so that's what they're looking for right now. Growing. Come back here. Alright, I'm going to catch this guy and feed these guys. Here we are at 8 weeks since we brought these guys home. They're looking meaty. So what we got going over here is pellets. We've been doing fermented food, oatmeal, and different scratch grains pretty much since they got off the chick stuff. So that saved us a lot of money, but now we are at the end stretch. We're in the last 2 weeks, and so we want to, I guess, kind of how you would grain finish a cow, we pellet finish our Cornish. So they're over there just fattening themselves up. They go through a tremendous amount of pellets, but we just let them have as much as they want and get as big and fat as they want to get. So basically in 2 weeks we're going to assess their weight and see if we're ready to process these guys or if we want to wait another week, but hopefully we're done in 2 weeks. And that is that. Not last night, but the night before, we lost one to some kind of a predator. So guessing raccoon or possum. They have a roof, so we know it wasn't a bird or an owl, and they're all caged in, but he was just missing a head. So I'm going to set a live trap tonight and see if we can maybe figure out who came and had some chicken dinner. That's where we're at, 8 weeks. Guessing these guys are just about 8.5 weeks, maybe 9 weeks old since they were hatched. So we're at week 9 of owning the meaties. They're over here eaten pellets. We are pellet finishing them, as I mentioned earlier. And then since we are a week, possibly 2 weeks out from processing, we're going to put them back on the fermented feed. So we're going to do half and half just to clean out their systems and make sure that they have healthy intestinal tracts and healthy guts and provides healthy meat and just a cleaner processing environment. So that's it. They actually look smaller than they feel. A few of them got out yesterday, and as we were throwing them back in the tractor, they're actually quite herky. The sprinkler got them this morning, so they look a little riggy right now, but if they sit in the sun, they'll fluff back up and groom themselves, so we felt bad. They got a morning shower. So anyway, that's what they look like. They're probably 9.5, 10 weeks old from birth, but they're 9 weeks old from getting them from the hatchery, so. Well, trap didn't work. So we've got 2 more dead chickens. Pretty frustrating. These guys don't seem to really care. This one's over here cannibalizing the body. We have now owned the Cornish cross for 10 weeks. We got them when they were a few days old, so these guys are 10 weeks old. We thought we would be processing right at 10 weeks, but I think they are still really mobile and getting around really well, and they're looking really healthy, so I don't see a reason to process them quite yet. I think we're going to let them get a little bigger. We took some of them and put them on a scale, and it looks like we're around 5 pounds for a live bird, and we just kind of want them to be a little bit bigger than that, so we're just gonna keep going on these guys and see if we can get them a little bit bigger. We got some pellets at a really good deal, so why not? As long as they're still up and mobile and happy. We are 48 hours from processing, so this is going to be their last meal. They just got more water, so they're over there doing the water thing. So this is just the last of the fermented grains. And then when they are done with this, we are in purge mode. So they have been pulled off pellets for 5 days and back on the fermented grains just to purge the system, work on the gut flora. When they're done with this, we like to purge them or completely take them off all food for the last 24 to 36 hours so that we're not dealing with full digested tracts. They will continue to get water, but they're going to be food free tomorrow, leading up into tomorrow's Friday, and then Saturday morning is when we'll start to process. So that's it. Last stretch. Alright, today's the day. Our meaties are heading to freezer camp. Yay! So I wouldn't say this was a huge success. We lost half of our birds. We lost 12 the day we got them to just a rough transport. The store kind of filled us in after the fact that they had gotten delayed in Seattle for a day and they were really dehydrated and kind of beat up. So we lost 12 right off the bat. Started with 60. Then we lost another 10 to being trampled during the brooder stage. We tried different heat sources. We tried giving them bigger areas. Tried all kinds of stuff. They insisted on crowding. They still crowd. So they haven't eaten for a day. We're purging their systems. So they see me and they're really hungry, but sorry guys. That's not what today is for. So anyway, we lost another 10 to them crowding. Then when we moved them outside to the lawn tractor, we lost 2 the first day. Just the temperature fluctuation kind of shocked their system, it seemed like. Either that or they tried crowding again to get a little warmer, even though it was June. So lost 2 to that. Then we had a raccoon come and tear 4 of their heads off. And then this week, we lost 2 more. Just, it looked like maybe overeating or just that the bodies kind of gave up. They were growing really, really fast this week. They had unlimited food and 2 of them just dropped dead for no apparent reason. So we are now down to 30 chickens. So 30 from 60, not a huge success. I learned a lot raising Cornish cross. We've done meat chickens before. We've always done Red Rangers. Never ever have we even had one loss. They're a slow growing bird, or at least slower than Cornish, but smarter, much more resilient. I will never do Cornish again. A lot of people love them. Nothing against, you know, people that love raising them. It's just not for me. I didn't have very good success with it. I found these birds to be a special kind of stupid. So anyway, 30 birds in the freezer. It's not bad, but it's not great. It was a lot of work. I don't think I'll do it again. So anyway, we're just excited to be done with this, and the greatest thing we learned is that we don't want to raise Cornish again, but we are familiar with how to dress out a meat bird, how to process these guys, so we're going to be showing you how to do that today.